Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable of Country Representative from Indonesia, the Honorable of Country Representative from Malaysia, the Honorable of Country Representative from Brunei, the Honorable of Country Representative from Singapore, the Honorable of Country Representative from Myanmar, the Honorable of Country Representative from Vietnam, the Honorable of Country Representative from Laos, the Honorable of Country Representative from Philippines, and the last, the Honorable of Country Representative from Thailand. Welcome to Summer's meeting, the Southeast Asian Minister of Education Organization in Asia Africa, Bandung. Here, I want to greet you all. Hopefully, all of you feel comfortable in this place and can continue this ceremony with conducive. Before we started the meeting, here I asked Indonesian people that already served the Indonesian food. Hopefully, you can enjoy the food. Here are the rundown of the ceremony. First is opening. Second is speech from Congress of Indonesia. The third is discussion from all of the representatives. Fourth is report. And last is closing. For the first agenda is opening. It will be opened by singing Indonesian anthem. Before we start singing national anthem, I ask all of the audience to stand up. Everybody stand up. All the audience, please sit down. For the second agenda is speech from Congress of Indonesia. For Mrs. Fitri, 5 minutes.
Thank you for the Master of Ceremony to give me time to speak in front of you all. The Honorable of Representative from Myanmar, the Honorable of Representative from Singapore, the Honorable of Representative from Brunei Darussalam, the Honorable of Representative from Philippines, the Honorable of Representative from Laos, the Honorable of Representative from Myanmar, the Honorable of Representative from Singapore, the Honorable of Representative from Malaysia. Assalamualaikum to my Muslim brother and sisters. Thank you for all of the Asia representatives who has already attended in this ceremony. Actually, this is held in Bandung, Jakarta. And why Seameo must be built? Because Seameo, this organization will continue to engage the research capabilities and explore the highest potential of regional communities. Seameo undertakes programs and projects aimed to human capacity building in Southeast Asia. Maybe that's all from me. Thank you for this section. Let's open the discussion.
For the third agenda is discussion from all of the representatives. For the first is Indonesia. Please, time is yours.
Thank you for the master of ceremony who has given the time speaking in front of you all. I would like to present about system educational in Indonesia. The definition of educational in Indonesia: education is defined as a planned effort to establish a study environment and educational process so that the student may effectively develop his or her own potential in regions and spiritual level, consciousness, personality, intelligence, behavior, and creativity to him or herself, other citizens, and the nation. The Constitution also notes that there are two types of educational in Indonesia: formal and non-formal. Formal education is further divided into three levels: primary, secondary, and tertiary education. And the second system of educational in Indonesia, the first, the value-oriented Indonesian education system. This education system has been implemented with science elementary school. Here learners are given the teaching of honesty, consideration, discipline, and many more. The second, Indonesia embraces an open education system. The learner in demand to be able to compete with friends, creative thinking, and innovative. The third, the education system is diverse. In Indonesia consists of various tribes, language, and generation, culture, and then many more. And the fourth, and the efficient education system in time management. And the last, the educational system adapted to the changing times. Educational in Indonesia falls under the responsibility of the Ministry of Education and Culture, Kementerian Pendidikan dan Kebudayaan or Kemdikbud, and the Ministry of Region of Affairs, Kementerian Agama or Kemhan. All citizens must undertake 12 years of compulsory education, which consists of 6 years at elementary level and 3 each at middle and high school level. Schools in Indonesia are run either by the government negeri or private sector swasta. In Indonesia, there are about 170,000 elementary schools, 40,000 per school, and 2,600 card. 84% of schools are under the Ministry of National Education Depdiknas, and the remaining 16% is under the Ministry of Region Affairs Department. Private schools account for only 70% of the total number of schools. maybe that's all. Present from me. And I think the Sameo is very nice to be boiled, because Sameo can help change and improve in educational in Indonesia. Any question? I think enough. Thank you very much.
For the second is Malaysia. This time is yours.
Good morning. The honorable of all representative of the country, and thank you for master ceremony who has give me time to present the education systems in Malaysia. The first, primary education. Only primary education is compulsory in Malaysia, where multilingual public schools, private schools, and home educators coexist side by side. Following unregulated preschool education, a child enters primary school at age 7 for a period of 6 years. Following schooling in the community language of their choice, they must sit for their primary school achievement test in order to qualify to study further. And secondary education. There's no identified middle school period, although secondary education is divided into 2 phases. Following the first 3 years of general education, students write for their lower certificate of education. Thereafter, they enter either arts or the science stream according to personal choice and teacher advice for 2 years. Once in that stream, though, switching opportunities are limited. Following this latter period, they may complete 6th form or study for a further 2 years for matriculation exemption. And vocational education. The Department of Skills Development oversees the establishment and operation of all public and private training institutions. It has developed almost 1,000 standards for certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma training, and is rolling more out in approximately 20 identified key areas. And tertiary education. Malaysia education controversy continues to surround heavily subsidized Malaysian tertiary education because of tight quotas that protect the racial minority. Some progress has been made in direction of a greater meritocracy though, and in the interim disadvantaged students have the opportunity of entering at private or foreign branch universities. So I really agree with this Samuel, because Samuel can further advance the education system in Malaysia to be more competent and able to form an educated generation in Malaysia. So that's the presentation for me. Any question?
Okay, I'm from Laos. Okay, what are the advantages of education system in Malaysia.
Okay. Yes, thank you. So, if we talk about the disadvantage system, education system in Malaysia, the education system in Malaysia is under the authority of the Ministry of Education in Malaysia. Although the form of government is the kingdom, but the kingdom has no right to determine the curriculum or teaching methods that must be applied. And besides that, the students study from royal school, private school, or individually. And from 2003 until now, Malaysia has been using English as the language of instruction to certain subjects such as science and math, like that. I think that's enough presentation for me. Thank you.
So the third is Brunei Darussalam. Please, time is yours.
Thanks to the master ceremony who has given me a little time to speak in front of you all. Here, I am representative from Brunei, the honorable of all the audience. Hopefully, we are in good condition. Here, I want to share the educational system in Brunei Darussalam. For primary education, grade from first class to the 7th class, and who are passed in the PCE or Primary Education Certificate Examination will be certificated. Everything is free for the citizen in Brunei Darussalam, including hotel, food, textbook, and transport. In middle education, junior high school, grade from 8 to 10, spent for 3 years. Following 3 years are spent at middle school, after which students write their Brunei Junior Certificate of Education Examination, BGCE. Their result determine how their remaining years at school unfold. So, the middle school also will be certificated by BGCE to continuing themselves to secondary education. Just only spend 2 years. Students who obtain adequate pace at middle school spend 2 to 3 years at secondary school, accumulating sufficient O level to study further. Those who succeed may write their A class or A level. And also there's a vocational education. It's based on the nurse, technician, or craft colleges. People who are graduated from secondary to vocational or vocational to pre-secondary can certificated as a teacher, which spend in 2 years. For tertiary education, the most famous university at Brunei Darussalam is University of Brunei Darussalam. Academic and non-academic available at there. So for the teacher specifically or teacher in special, we facilitated at Sultan Tahrir. And for the religion college Tahmir education, just only can vacant for the religion college or religion faculty. I actually agree with the Samuel organization because we are in Brunei has oil and gas, petromark, and halal brand, so we can invest our financial to Samuel and can engage my citizen to be the bright future. That's all from me. Is there any question? Sure, ma'am.
Why in your country pre-secondary education can certificate teach? So how about the role of university in your country if the pre-secondary education can certificate? Thank you.
Thanks for the question from Singapore. It seems as Malaysia, the alumnus from vocational or secondary can spend 2 years in pre-secondary. Because what? We have specific curriculum for being certificate the other, and also not all the people alone to the pre-secondary. Tertiary education, it's all about the citizen, how many years they can spend there. That's all from me. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, is there any? No?
No.
Thank you for you all. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
What is Philippines? Please, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the master ceremonial to give me time to present today in this meeting. The Honorable of the representative from Darussalam, the Honorable of the representative from Singapore, the Honorable of the representative from Myanmar, the Honorable of representative from Vietnam, the Honorable of the representative from Laos, the Honorable of the representative from Malaysia, the Honorable of the representative from Indonesia, and last, the Honorable of the representative from Thailand. So here, I would like to present about the education in Philippines. The first is primary education. Prolonged elementary education is the first part of the educational system in Philippines, and it includes the first 6 years of compulsory education from grade 1 to 6, with an optional 7th grade offered by some schools. Major subjects include math, science, and social sciences, English, Filipino, and then for the optional subjects include music, arts, physical education, and health. Private school students might select subjects from a wider curriculum including religious instruction and the dogma of their choice. Until 2004, primary students traditionally sat for the National Elementary Achievement Test administered by the Department of Education, Culture and Sports. However, the scores obtained by students in the NEAT
were not used as a basis for their admission into secondary school. During 2004, when DECS was officially converted into the Department of Education, and as a result of reorganization, the NEAT was changed to National Achievement Test or NAT by the Department of Education. Students from both public and private elementary school take this exam to measure a school's competency. As of 2006, only private schools have entrance examination for secondary school. And then the second is middle education. Middle school education is a part of elementary school education. And then for the third is secondary education. Secondary education, known as parallel secundaria, comprises 4 grades that have changed little since the Second World War. The curriculum is prescribed for both private and state schools. Core subjects are as follows. For year 1, Filipino, algebra, integrated science, English, and Philippine history. For year 2, Filipino, algebra, biology, English, and Asian history. For year 3, Filipino, geometry, chemistry, world history, and geography. For year 4, Filipino, calculus, trigonometry, physics, literature, and economics. Minor optional subjects include health, music, art, physical education, health economics, and technology. Selected schools present additional subjects. Total secondary school numbers exceed 5.5 million. And then vocational education, accredited mainly private institution known as colleges over technical and vocational education. Programs are vary in duration from a few weeks to 2-year diplomas. On completion, students may take centrally administered examination to obtain their diploma or certificate. Vocational colleges don't usually require an entrance examination, only a record of high school education and school education and enrollment fee. And then for the last is tertiary education. Most institutions of higher learning are regulated by the Commission for Higher Education. Colleges typically offer 1 or more specialized programs, while universities must offer at least 8 different graduate degree programs in a wide array of subjects and at least 2 graduate programs. Public universities are almost secretariat and offer a wide range of programs. With English as a medium of instruction, public universities are government funded, with the largest, the universities of the Philippines, receiving the substantial portion of the annual budget. There are also a number of private tertiary institutions, secretariat or non-secretariat, as well as for-profit or non-for-profit. Most private institutions are Catholic non-profit organizations. Yeah, as we know that the socio-economic divided into local and international, that make Philippines become more proactive and able to prepare the people for the challenges of globalization. As we know that the Asian level, divided poverty is a major issue of educational quality and educational equality. So in this case, CMU must find a way to find the concrete backup to provide inequality and educational quality. But with the growing of our country in economics, such as the primary export include semiconductors products, electronic products, garment products, petroleum products, coconut oil and fruit, and then the major trading partners include Japan, China, Hong Kong, Thailand, Hong Kong, Germany, the United States, and the last is Indonesia. From this, Filipina has named as the tiger top economies in Asia, together with Indonesia and Thailand. So I hope with this economic growth in our country, we can make the education in our country become more better and better. So the conclusion is, with this implementation of the very beneficial corporation called SEAMEO, I hope that the future of the Southeast Asia education become growing widely and evenly, and education in our country become more better and better, especially in our country, Philippines. So I agree with SEAMEO to develop education in Southeast Asia. Thank you for me.
I want to ask you, how long the most of universal in your country offer degree programs?
Okay, thank you from Mrs. Fikri from the representative of Indonesia. I would like to answer that question. So the most universities in our country offer 4 years for the degree programs with 2 semesters per year. That is all from me. Thank you so much.
And the fifth is Vietnam. Very sure.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Honorable representative from Myanmar, the Honorable representative from Singapore, the Honorable representative from Brunei, the Honorable representative from Filipina, the Honorable representative from Malaysia, and Master Ceremony, I would like to say thank you for giving me time to present the educational system in Vietnam. First, the educational system in Vietnam, there are 4 levels. Primary education, school level in Vietnam, primary is primary education, grade from 1 to 5, age from 6 to 11 or 5 years. Middle education, school level in Vietnam is intermediate education, grade from 6 to 9, age from 12 to 15 for 4 years. Secondary education in Vietnam is high school, grade from 10 to 12, age from 16 to 19 for 3 years. Tertiary education, school level in Vietnam is university, college or college level. Vietnamese 15-year-old students are able to score higher in reading, math, and science lesson than the number of students from developed countries, including the United States and Britain. There are 3 main factors that contribute to the impressive outcomes. First, committed leadership. Second, copious curricula, and then investing in teachers. So, we are agreeing with SEAMEO because it can be improved the quality of education in Vietnam. Any questions? Yeah,
I would like to give you a question. So, how much the percentage of the funds from the government to allocate it the education in your country?
Almost 21% of government spending in 2010 is allocated for education.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
For the next is Myanmar. Please, thank you, sir.
Thank you for Mr. Surya to give me time for question. I will present about education system in Myanmar. The first, education in Myanmar. Education, primary, school level, elementary education, grade from 1, grade to 5, and 8 from 6 and 8 to 11. Yes, not 5. Middle, intermediate school, grade from 6. Get to 9 and it's from 12 and it's to 16 years, not 4 years. Secondary school and school level secondary education and get from 10 get to 12 and it's from 17 it's to 19 years. Yes, not 2 years. And 30 higher education get from primary education in Myanmar was also known as Burma. The dedicate of political conflict have reduced and once brought education system to one that is lagging sadly. And the quality of school teacher may be excellent, however, aging material sadly let them down. And the second, middle education. The first phase of secondary education takes place at middle school, where students pass through grade 6 to 8. Before they write their standard 8 examination, the educational system is generally corrupt with seat in better school, often reserved for children of those with government connection. And the third, secondary education and high school student entering at grade 9 may choose either at art or science stream. All study Myanmar English and mathematics. Art students also study geography, history and economics. And while science students concentrate on chemistry, physics, and biology. Instead, at the end of this period, students at government school may sit for the university entrance examination. However, those at private English school may not. And next, vocational education and vocational training, which is largely in hands of the private sector, has become popular among young people wanting to enter hospitality, tourism, beauty, fashion, nursing or engineering school. It acts as bridge to better jobs for those in the little not or no work. experience. And the last, tertiary education. Myanmar is well endowed with universities where the student may not speak freely or write and publish freely either. And the other tertiary institution is Yangon University, founded in 1878. It has been at the center of civil study throughout its history. Notwithstanding this, women house of residents are strictly limited, with filter of many promising female students from the countryside. This is Yangon University. In Myanmar, only one institution, that is Yangon University. And I'm about Seameo. I'm really agree because it will improve the educational in Myanmar, and that is program, and that is good program, and that is your program because can help education in ASEAN. I think that's all. Thank you. Any question?
There was enough for us. You are so clear to specific the education.
Yes. Thank you.
Seven is now time is yours.
The Honorable representative from Brunei, and the Honorable representative from Singapore, the Honorable representative from Myanmar, the Honorable representative from Vietnam, the Honorable representative from Philippines, the Honorable representative from Malaysia, the Honorable representative from Indonesia, and the Honorable representative from Taiwan. Okay, here I want to share about our country. Okay. The first, primary education. Delegation government has universities education in mind for all its citizens and has embarked on a national program for building primary school where people learn for 6 years. And the quality of the facilities and of the teacher to may still leave much to be desired in certain rural schools, which is encouraging the continuation of a two-tier society. And secondary education. Cultural and language minorities are underrepresented at secondary school, as adults do. This is perpetuating a self-fulfilling prophecy of structural discrimination. The secondary education program comprises 2 periods of 3 years each, with an additional years added in 2010. Generally speaking, only students going on to tertiary education complete the second part. And tertiary education. The French colonial government built an education system on the foundation created by traditional temple teaching. Later, the Laos government extended the system considerably in the hope of achieving education for all. And the University of Laos was established in 1996 as a regrouping of a number of existing colleges in an institute. Its faculties include education, literature, social science, economy, management, agriculture, architecture, engineering, science, medical science, and politics science. Okay, well, I agree with Samuel because I can study about the system education in other country in ASEAN. Okay, that's enough for me. Any question? Okay, yeah.
I want to ask you about what is the purpose of primary education?
Okay. I want to answer. The purpose of pre-primary education is to prepare physically, social, and mentally. And pre-primary education consists on two levels. Nursery and crèche with an intake to for children from 2 months and 2 years of age, and kindergarten with an intake for children from 3 to 5 years of age. You get it? Yes. Okay, thank you so much.
So the next is Singapore. Please, time is yours.
Okay, thanks for Master Ceremony to give time for me. And I will introduce about the education system in my country, Singapore. Education in Singapore, there are primary education, and then secondary education, vocational education, and tertiary education. The first, primary education. School education is a priority and well-regulated in Singapore and follows the core Western model. The first 4 years of primary education form a foundation stage with a common curriculum. And for the secondary education, students are stamped at secondary school too, but this time in terms of their primary school living examination. The special and express streams are 4 years program leading to Cambridge GCE O level. And for the secondary education, students are trained at secondary school too, but this time in terms of their primary school living examination, the special and express tracks are 4 years program leading to Cambridge GTO O level. And then vocational education. Vocational training is provided by the Institute of Technical Training. The government has the equivalent of 1.6 million US dollars to staff it up with more competent teachers, so that 1 in 4 of its students are enter a polytechnic instead of the current 1 in 5. And the last tertiary education. Students who completed their GPA O-level may proceed directly to polytechnic. To enter university too, they must first pass their A-level after studying for 2 years more at the university. And in my country, Singapore, education for primary education, it have primary education grade from 1 till 6 and age from 7 till 13 for 6 years, and for secondary, GPA O-level, normal level or L-level, and GPA A-level. For GPA O-level, age from 7 till 10, and age from 14 till 17, and this is for 4 years. From the 5-year program up to the GPA O-level examination experience normal or academic and normal technical track available. For normal level or L-level, grade from 7 till 10, age from 14 till 17, and this is for 4 years. Normal is 4 years course leading up to a normal level or L-level exam with the possible of 5th year followed by an O-level. And from secondary, GPA A-level, grade from 10 till 13, and this is for 2 years. For vocational and for tertiary, bachelor, master, and doctoral. For bachelor, grade from 12 till 17, and this is for 3 years. And for doctoral, grade from 17 till 22, and this is for 2 years. Right? I agree with Samuel because it can share experience about education and economic in our country, and I can add knowledge to from other country in ASEAN and I think it is so the best meeting in ASEAN. Thank you. Any question? Yes.
That's a good presentation from the representative from Singapore. But I have one question: that why the education system in Singapore is so good? I mean, what is the special thing about it? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lisa. From Malaysia. Yeah, because the government in our country is so effective and efficient for education. So education in our country is number one. Yeah. And then the government give provision to teacher and the lecturer so perfect, and so our country can achieve as best education. Thank you. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum.
For the last is Taiwan. Please, thank you, sir.
I'm sorry. Thanks to Master of Ceremony who has given me time to speak in front of people. The Honorable Representative from Indonesia, the Honorable Representative from Myanmar, the Honorable Representative from Singapore, the Honorable Representative from Brunei, the Honorable Representative from Philippines, the Honorable Representative from Laos, the Honorable Representative from Vietnam, the Honorable Representative from Malaysia. Now, I would like to share to you all about Thailand education system. Okay, the first primary education in Thailand is largely a government responsibility provided through the Ministry of Education. 2 to 3 years of kindergarten begin this process, followed by 6 years of primary school. The Thai school year is from March for primary and middle school, while secondary school begins 1 month later. Uniforms are also compulsory during tertiary education. Second, middle education. 2 years of middle school follow, where children continue with 4 subjects, including Thai language, art and music, math, physical and social science, technology, and foreign languages. From here, those vocational students follow a different path. Third, secondary education. At high school, students who wish to continue academic education move on to elective courses. Of these, the science and math English programs are most popular. Other choices include foreign languages and social science. In this way, they are already preparing for tertiary education that may follow. And fourth, vocational education. Thai vocational education system is grounded in high school, where students may choose to adopt this more practical form of education. Here, they may aspire to 2 levels of qualification. These are a certificate in vocational education and a higher diploma that open to the door to a university degree. After reaching school leaving age, a Thai may also enroll for a technical diploma. And fifth, tertiary education. Both private and public college of higher education and universities are regulated by the Ministry of Education. They offer excellent study programs in art, medicine, humanities, and information technology. However, many young Thai citizens still prefer to study subjects like law and business abroad. The oldest and most prestigious university in Thailand is Chulalongkorn, founded in 1917. It attracts many of the nation's best students and enjoy and fine international reputation. So I agree with Samuel building because that can help education system in Thailand. Any question? Yes, please, ma'am.
What program does Thailand do for the welfare of society in the field of education?
Okay, thank you. I will answer your question. The Thai education system implements 9 years of compulsory education with 12 years free education to complete high school education. Understand? Okay. That's all from me. Thank you.
The fourth agenda is report. Please, Mr. Satya, time is yours.
Thanks to the representative from Indonesia who has given me a little time to speak in front of you all. Now, we all, the member of ASEAN is agreed. Selmel will be built and tomorrow Selmel will be built at center of Jakarta and Asia Afrika Bandung.
The last is closing. We have agreed that Selmel is available and will be essential for the people in ASEAN and Selmel be built at Bandung, Indonesia. We close.